Clapperboard Official Design Media. Chapter 1, The Beginning of Speed. Story 1. Narrator, calm, professional voice. Hello and welcome. This documentary is proudly presented by Official Design Media, where real stories meet powerful visuals. Today, we take you on a journey, not of perfection, but of persistence. This is the story of a young boy who turned a small room into a global stage. This is the beginning of IShowSpeed. Darren Jason Watkins Jr. was born on January 21, 2005, in Cincinnati, Ohio, United States. Long before the fame, the crowds, and the cameras, Darren was just a regular kid growing up in a modest home. There were no spotlights in his life, no guarantees of success, and no signs that the world would one day know his name. Like many children of his generation, Darren found comfort in video games. To him, gaming was not just play, it was freedom. It was a space where he could express himself without limits. Loud, emotional, energetic, and unfiltered, Darren was different from other kids. He felt deeply, reacted strongly, and lived every moment with intensity. At school, Darren was not known as a top student. But what he lacked in academic recognition, he made up for in personality. He had a natural ability to capture attention, even if he did not yet understand its power. In 2016, at only 11 years old, Darren made a decision that would quietly change his future. He created a YouTube channel and named it IShowSpeed. At the time, it meant nothing to the world. His videos received only a few views. Sometimes 5. Sometimes 10. There were no comments. No encouragement. No audience. But there was belief. While many would have stopped, Darren continued. He uploaded videos after school. He talked to the camera as if thousands were watching. He laughed, shouted, celebrated, and failed, all in silence. From 2016 to 2019, IShowSpeed existed without recognition. These were the years no one talks about. The years without fame. The years without money. The years with hope. Story 2. Narrator. Success does not always arrive quietly. Sometimes, it crashes into your life without warning. By the year 2020, the world had changed. Streets were empty, schools were closed, and millions of people turned to the internet for connection. Inside his small bedroom in Cincinnati, Darren Watkins Jr. was doing what he had always done, turning on his camera and being himself. But this time, something was different. Darren began streaming more often. His reactions were louder. His emotions were stronger. His energy was impossible to ignore. While other creators tried to be calm and polished, Speed was raw, unpredictable, and real. And the internet noticed. Short clips of his streams began spreading across social media. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube Shorts. People laughed. People shared. People reacted. Within weeks, his name started appearing everywhere. IShowSpeed was no longer invisible. Subscribers increased rapidly. Thousands turned into millions. What once felt like a private room suddenly became a global stage. But fame has a shadow. As the audience grew, so did the pressure. Every word was recorded. Every reaction was judged. Every mistake was replayed again and again. Darren was still a teenager, but the world expected him to behave like a grown man. The same energy that made people love him also made others criticize him. Some moments went too far. Some words caused backlash. Some actions brought consequences. Platforms responded. Warnings were issued. Opportunities were questioned. At one point, Speed faced bans and restrictions that threatened everything he had built. For the first time, fear entered the room. Behind the loud personality was a young man struggling to understand fame. Darren felt the weight of millions watching, judging, and expecting perfection. There were nights filled with frustration. Moments of silence after the camera turned off. Questions he had never asked himself before. Am I doing this right? Can I lose it all? Narrator, calm, cinematic tone. Every journey reaches a moment where growth becomes visible. Not through noise, but through purpose. After surviving pressure, controversy, and the weight of global attention, IShowSpeed entered a new chapter, one defined not by reaction, but by direction. The boy who once streamed alone from his bedroom had now stepped into the real world. With a camera in hand, Speed moved beyond screens and into streets, cities, and nations. This was the rise of IRL streaming, a moment where his audience no longer just watched him, but walked with him. Across continents, Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, Speed met people from every background. Cultures blended. Languages changed. But emotion remained the same. Wherever he went, crowds followed. At international events, public gatherings, and global sports occasions, Speed found himself standing in spaces once reserved for leaders, officials, and decision-makers. During these moments, he crossed paths with presidents, heads of state, and national representatives, not as a politician, but as a symbol of modern influence. These encounters reflected a new reality. The voice of the youth now travels faster than power itself. Football became a universal bridge. Through stadiums, matches, and global tournaments, Speed connected with fans, athletes, officials, and world leaders alike. His passion for the game, especially his admiration for Cristiano Ronaldo, transformed entertainment into unity. But standing on the world stage required maturity. Speed learned discipline. He learned respect. He learned control. The energy did not disappear, it evolved. Beyond streaming, Speed expanded into music, business, and global branding. His name became more than content. It became identity. A brand recognized across borders. Yet, what truly defined his legacy was not fame. It was growth. He showed the world that mistakes do not end a journey, they shape it. That authenticity can survive criticism.